Tired of your old laminate builder grade countertops? Time for out with the old and in with the new, Hamilton. Welcome to our kitchen show, a kitchen special. Bob's gone through a lot of effort to totally demystify the process, how the laminate countertops left here, and how the beautiful quartz arrived from our friends at Caesarstone. We have hot water on demand. We have a beautiful new faucet, new sink. However, Bob's still not catching up on his to-do list. One more project left for this kitchen. We have a tired and dated backsplash, original drywall that was painted. How do you like that, Hamilton? Give us some ideas. We're all out of shows and we're all out of time for season 6, but this can certainly be a potential for season 7. Send us your email. Do you like shiny backsplash tile or do you like rough, tumbled stone? Now, speaking of complementing a gorgeous kitchen, nothing sets off this particular style of countertop like a brand new stainless steel fridge, stove, and dishwasher. Special heartfelt thanks to the good people at Home Depot for helping us out with the appliances. See them for all your appliance needs. Now remember, get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. Stay tuned. Hello, Hamilton. Welcome to the Just Ask Bob show. I am your host, Bob Assadourian. We're going to kick it off with another viewer's email. Hello, Bob. What do you think of IKEA kitchen cabinets? And Bob, which kitchen countertop is better, granite or quartz? Thank you. This is from Sarlota in Hamilton, Ontario. Well, Sarlota, let's capture your first question here regarding IKEA. Big gray area. Without being too sensitive, and Bob's not the sensitive type, in honesty, I can tell you, one of the best things that comes out of that store, highest quality, is the chocolate, right from Germany. All kidding aside, Sarlota, you've got to look at it this way. Typical kitchen cabinets, the box is pre-made, so you simply have to install the door and the handle. Now, there's not much simplicity in there because you've got to laser measure, you've got to install your uppers, you've got to install your base cabinets. So like any kitchen installation, it's a lot of work. Now, with that being said, you're typically paying your installer or the kitchen cabinet company to, let's say, hang and mount the cabinets. Now, in the sense of IKEA, what you're doing is you're paying your kitchen cabinet company or your installer to assemble all the cabinets. So for example, a pre-bought base cabinet is in a box. All the pieces are put together. With the IKEA cabinet, there's instructions, there's several hardware packages, and everything is knocked down. So you're going to be paying your contractor to pre-assemble everything, then to install it. So when the day's said and done, I honestly recommend price it both ways, and then look up reviews, talk to friends, talk to family. But again, all kidding aside, the chocolate is phenomenal, right from Germany. Now, as far as your second question, again, big debate or big gray area between what's better, granite or quartz. My top pick for today's show is a quartz installation. Now, I'll leave it at that. Look online, shop, read about it, talk to friends, talk to family. It's a massive process and an expensive undertaking, whether you go with granite or whether you go with quartz. But from my personal research and from what I've discussed with my customers on our job sites, quartz is the way to go. Follow us on today's episode. We have a lot to show you. We have a visit to our friends at Decor and Restore. We have a representative there from Caesarstone who supplied the quartz countertop. We also are visiting the fabricators. We're going to show you the process of fabricating and machining the quartz stone. And then we have an on-site, in-kitchen installation. Enjoy the show. Hello, Hamilton. Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. We're on location. Special warm thank to our guests, Dennis Tosillo, who was on last year.
Yep,
thank you so much for coming back. We have Kathy, Mara, Jeffro.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I tried. Dennis, tell the viewers once again a little bit about your store, your history, the expansion that's in the works.
Right, so we started this business probably 9 years ago, maybe just over 9 years. From there, we've kind of started on just respraying of cabinets, just escalating from cabinets to refacing to new kitchens. So what we're seeing a lot of now today is people have existing countertops. They don't have much of a choice because they want to keep the countertop. So that's where we come in and reface that.
You coined the phrase remodeling within the same footprint.
That's right.
Of the kitchen.
That's
I love
right.
that.
Yes, and also they need to modify any type of the kitchen. We also do that.
Your expansion?
Expansion, we're actually adding our 4A on the other side here, which we're partnering with Caesarstone. And that's where we're really excited with that part of it. That should be opening up by October 1.
Excellent, excellent. Kathy, thank you again so much.
It's our pleasure.
For our new partnership between the Just Ask Bob Show and Caesarstone Canada.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Tell us all about Caesarstone.
Caesarstone is a quartz product. We pride ourselves on having an eclectic / transitional style to provide a quality countertop and working with our fabricators and our dealers such as Decor Restore.
Excellent. Let's talk about the environment, how environmentally friendly the product is.
Caesarstone is made with 93% quartz and 7% resins and all that good stuff that binds the product together. Caesarstone can be used in school applications, educational facilities, hospitals, medical buildings, and a lot of other products out in the industry you're not allowed to use in those types of applications.
Now for the homeowner, how easy is it to maintain?
Caesarstone is very easy to maintain. And you know what? Caesarstone does pride itself on providing this information to the end user. We have our care and maintenance booklets. All of our information is on our website, www.caesarstone.ca. Pretty much soap and water.
Nice.
We always recommend using something like a Dawn dish soap to remove those stubborn, grimy stains. Everyday maintenance in terms of Method Daily Granite Cleaner just removes and brings up that shine back to the countertops.
Now, unlike granite, which needs to be sealed almost every 6 months or annually, your product does not require sealing.
Caesarstone does not require sealing. It is a non-porous product. So what that means, being non-porous, is the stains are not going to seep into the stone. Everything that you see is the surface. Is on the surface, so it can be easily removed. If I may add, there are just some stains that are more stubborn, like red wine, turmeric, and again, by providing these care and maintenance brochures and going to our website, we will easily show you how to clean a countertop.
I wouldn't have chose your product if I did not research it.
Okay.
I spent months and months researching all different types of, let's put them in the category of solid type of countertops. Yours, hands down, is phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
We've got a board behind us. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
What we have here is our Caesarstone collection. And what we do is, basically we do it by colors. I'd like to show you one of these ones here, which is our new color. It's called Primordia. One of the latest trends that we find in the market is that everything is going into a more organic look. Let's face it, our kitchens are the hub of our home, our entertainment center. So you know what? You want to make your kitchen, your countertop, the statement piece of the actual kitchen, the focal point. So we see the trend gravitating more towards, instead of a polished finish, of a matte finish, a textured matte finish. And Caesarstone definitely has, brought it to fruition, and we've definitely mastered this process.
Terrific. Kathy, tell us more about the expansion.
Caesarstone is so excited to be working with Decor Restore with their new expansion. It's going to be one of the first Caesarstone showrooms in this area. We're going to have a full entire selection of our samples that you can actually come by, take a look at it, a full selection of samples that's going to provide, for the Decor Restore clients, designers, contractors, architects. So basically it's going to be a one-stop shop. Wow. And we are excited to be working with Decor Restore on this.
Congratulations on the expansion, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for being a part of the show today.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Stay tuned, Hamilton. Up next, we visit a job site where we're going to show you the template process, a critical stage in fabrication of the new countertop. Wow, I take my hat off to these installers, true trained professionals. We talk a lot about DIY projects at home, but here's where the skill really kicks in. Your typical kitchen, out of square, nothing lines up. I mean, it's not a big deal when you have standard laminate countertops, but in this case, you have to have a template that's flawless, that you lay down on the quartz and that you can trace out. So these gentlemen here, they've got a glue gun, which has a really quick dry formulation in it. That way they can take the template with them the same day. So as you can see here, they're going to be doing a template around all perimeters of these two countertops. And then they install pieces going between the long lengths to keep it sturdy, because this has to be created, undone, and taken away and transported on the same day. As you can see, they got about 5 beads of the glue. Then they use a nice template material here. It's an MDF, which should be true and flat, so they don't have any issues making the template. Also, if you notice on this kitchen, the backsplashes were all removed. Now, ideally, but not mandatory, if the countertops are removed, I guess in one way it's a little better. It saves them work in breaking off the backsplash. In this case, the countertops were still intact, so they broke off the backsplash in order to get the template up tight to the wall. That way they can trace out and copy, so to speak, any imperfections in the drywall. It's amazing. They're basically recreating the existing countertop in a way that it's light, it can be transported easily, and overlaid. For lack of a better term, I would call these pieces stabilizer pieces, where they're connecting between the long runs. Now obviously they also have to make markings for where the sink goes, but they like the sink delivered to them back at their plant so they can check the sink for specs against the countertop. Such attention to detail, absolutely amazing. Now they advised us that this current builder's countertop was out of square at the one corner, so they're compensating for that via the template so that the new countertop will be square. They're just about done now. This is the finished template with all the proper markings. Those markings may not mean anything to you, the viewer at home, but they understand what the markings mean, including where they've noted buildup. Beautiful job. Now we're going to be visiting the fabricators at Deluxe Granite to show you what they're doing with this template and also show you how they cut the quartz and how they machine it. We're at Deluxe Granite with Vivian.
Thank you for coming.
What we haven't talked about today for the viewers, we haven't talked about the edge treatments.
Exactly. So you have two options. You can have granite or quartz, either 3/4 or 1.25 inches.
Okay.
So here are some ideas of what you can have when you pick the 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches. You can have it like this. We call this one OG. You can see it like that.
Very nice.
We can have it just straight, like this one. Plain, neat, clean. You can have it rounded. We call this one waterfall.
Waterfall?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we have bevel, like with a small little gap in here, but the thing is you can have it big or small, it's up to you.
The size of the bevel.
Exactly.
Nice.
If you go with the 3/4 material, the 3/4 will be like this thickness here, you can see it here. You can choose between the same options like bevel or G or any waterfall, but you can change now to have a flash, as you can see in here.
Okay.
This one here has the bevel, right? And it has an extra piece in there glued. So it's going to look bigger. It will be 1.5 inches now.
And the finish is amazing. I can't even tell where it's
hard.
been attached.
And it is hard to see the seam. It's very well done, yeah?
What's a popular one? What are most people choosing?
Most popular one, I will say, is square. Like,
square.
As you see in our showroom, everything goes square. Like
Because that makes it appear thicker than it is.
Actually, it looks, you're right. It looks clean, it looks neat, it looks elegant, and it's very, very popular. Like the square sink, the square shapes of the cabinets, everything is a square right now.
True, true. That's a design trend.
Exactly, yes, it is.
Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm really excited. We're going to visit the fabricating shop in the back.
Yeah.
to see how countertops are made through the 4 various stages. Welcome back. We're at the Fabricators, Deluxe Granite in Stony Creek, Ontario, with my good friend Andreas. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Now, earlier on the program, the viewers had a good chance to see on the job site last week when you made the template.
Yes, sir.
Tell us now why the template was necessary.
The template is necessary because we have to follow the walls, we have to follow the cabinet, and also to make sure we cut the job only one time.
Good,
Okay?
good.
Now, after we have the template, we have all the information in the template.
Job site address.
Exactly, address, also material and profile. That's the most important. So, we bring the material here. We double check the name. We check the profile because based on the profile, the way we cut it,
Okay.
okay? And then we just have to align it. We mark it.
And then trace it all around.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
That's got to be the most powerful saw I've ever seen.
I don't know if it's the most powerful, but it's a good one. It's
I'm only
a 4
experienced-
horsepower machine.
I'm only experienced with a handheld circular saw.
That's better than that.
Okay, I'll get out of the way where it's safe.
Yeah.
Stage 2 now. Tell them what you're doing.
Okay, so what we're doing now, after we bring the stone from the cutting area, we have to remove all the imperfections from the back of the stone to make sure we have a straight line. That way, when we glue it, we have no gaps between the joints.
Excellent. I'll get out of the way. Stage 3. Andreas, please tell the viewers what stage 3
Okay,
is.
so stage 3 is where we do the zinc cutout and the profile.
Okay.
So this guy here, he almost finished this cutout. It's already polished, but he's going to show you how we polish it.
Okay, go ahead. I'll get out of the way.
It's good?
Very good, very good. Stage 4. Andreas, want to tell the viewers stage 4?
So stage 4 is when we already finish the profile and we just have to make it shiny and we have to buff the edge.
I'll let you at it. Next, we visit a kitchen job site. We're very proud to show off our toys today. We've got the laser. If you want to follow now through the kitchen, this is the way to do it. This will throw a perfect red line across the countertops where the countertops will be installed. Now, one of the reasons that the installer uses the laser is obviously to make sure that everything's within tolerances. If the kitchen is not level or within the tolerances that are required, the warranty may be void. So you have some choices now. The people at the countertop, the installers, they're not carpenters. So if the kitchen fails the laser test, then you're gonna have a carpenter come in, do some woodworking across the tops of the cabinets in order to validate and maintain your warranty. If you don't wanna have that done, you'll have to sign a waiver. That waives any recourse you could have if your granite or your quartz or your solid surface countertops have any cracks in them. Now we'll show you what we've done here. We've added some extra wood supports. Like I've said before, one way you have to look at it is these are lifetime countertops, so you have to make sure you've got adequate support. They're very heavy. Stock cabinets simply use MDF corner supports. So we added some solid 2x2 blocking here. Over here in the corner, this is the largest span. This is the weakest point, so to speak. So we've added some cross blocking on both of these ends. Added one here as well. And we've added some here at the back corner. Everything is very stiff now. Prior to adding these in, everything shook. Everything would move because you've got such a large area. So it's very important before the countertops go in. Next, we're going to be installing the actual new quartz countertop. Andreas, please tell the viewers how you've made the markings for the holes.
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to mark the center line for each hole.
Okay.
Okay, and then we just drill the holes.
You make it sound too easy. I wouldn't want to be the one drilling through quartz. Go ahead, my friend. You make it look easy for the viewers at home. I'll get out of the way. Now, at this point, we're working with the sink.
Okay, so the next step is simple. We just have to mount the sink, and we do that with clear silicone.
Now, homeowners ask me all the time, and again, even contractors when they're rushing, how long before the plumbing can get connected, the faucet put in, what's the safe drying time?
24 hours.
So don't be in a rush. We've got Joseph on the caulking gun now. He's going to be going around all the perimeters. Nice high quality silicone to seal every single perimeter. That's the final step for the installation. Next in the shop, we've got Bob's Top Picks and Bob's Bewares. What you want to do is you want to understand that solid countertops, whether quartz or whether granite, let's call it the forever countertop. So you don't want to be installing the forever countertop with a very limited sink or faucet. Believe it or not, many homeowners, they don't put a lot of thought into the quality of the sink or the quality of the faucet. That's important because as the installer described to me today, down the road, if the sink is a cheap stainless steel sink, usually the foreign ones from China. So if it's a sink that's not manufactured to our standards and it has to be replaced, if the homeowner's trying to replace the sink or somebody unskilled, 50-50 chance you're going to damage or crack the countertop. That's bad. That's not smart. If a professional is trying to unmount the sink and replace it, you have about an 80% chance of success. There's always a 20% chance that countertop's damaged goods. So you want to match the quality of the sink to the quality of the countertop. You want to be smart. Another thing to keep in mind now is, even if the sink is removed correctly and there's no damage to the countertop, if it's sort of an oddball sink that's got a lot of curves and a lot of design to it, you may not be able to find that same matching sink. It'll never fit again because it's an undermount. It will not line up with the curves in the countertop. Then what happens? You need another countertop. So you have to play it smart. So while we're talking about sinks, again, that's a beware. Beware of cheap sinks. A top pick would be the highest quality sink you can afford. Now, if we take a moment, I want to throw a very special thanks out to Aaron Lampers. Aaron Lampers is a gentleman that I met some time ago. We talked about sinks for maybe 45 minutes. This is actually amazing, and that's what us contractors do. When we find somebody educated in the marketplace, we yak with them. He was telling me, when I first spoke to him, I thought one of the most important items besides where's the sink made is the gauge. You've got 16 gauge, 18, and 20. The lower the number, the thicker the stainless steel. This gentleman explained, set aside for a moment the gauge, and what's more important is the machining, the polishing, and the actual manufacturing of the sink. So this gentleman, we yacked for about 45 minutes of all topics, just sinks. He was a fountain of knowledge and information. So again, you have to always remember, match the quality, do your research. Find us on the net, www.justaskbob.com. Again, that's www.justaskbob.com. justaskbob.com, or pick up the phone. We're old school. 289-649-0196. Again, that's 289-649-0196. We're always here to answer your questions, and some of them may be featured on a future show right here. Thank you, Hamilton. Andy does 1, 2, 3 with me.
1, 2, 3, go.
That's better. Oh, that wasn't just... Okay. Now for stage 3.